Hey guys, what's up? It's Howtoschooler or Jordan here. Today we actually have the Lonely Nerd. How
here.
does it feel to be back?
Feels great.
Feels great. How's the GTA heist?
We lost twice.
Twice?
Mm-hmm.
That just sucks. So today we're gonna talk about some overdone franchises and what we think they could do to fix those franchises, and we're also gonna talk about some of those sacred cow franchises that have not done wrong. At least a lot of wrong.
Yeah.
So take it away. What do you say is our first game that's just completely overdone? The series needs to really do something new.
Well, I'm gonna go to the answer that everyone would be expecting me to go to, which is Call of Duty.
Of course, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So we had Advanced Warfare, we have Black Ops 3 coming soon. I mean, it almost feels like they just take the same name over and over again, attach a new number.
Oh wait, that's exactly what
Yeah,
they do. Whoa.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think Call of Duty can do to boost their franchise again? I think the first step would be to get rid of the exosuits, which I can't tell. Are they taking them away with Black Ops 3, or do we not know yet? It kind of looks like they've incorporated parts, but I can't tell.
Yeah. If you watch my Black Ops 3 video, I sort of explained the exosuits briefly. The movement is similar to the exosuits in Advanced Warfare, but it's actually kind of different in the aspect of you have limited movement. Like, the exosuits are kind of limited. Like, you have a bar that tells you how much movement you have left and stuff
So
like that.
they're like less overpowered.
Yeah, like, you're not going to be jumping around the map. It's just going to be to get certain places more.
Okay. I mean, I thought they were good in some ways. They provide a new strategic aspect, but I think it wasn't Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they're going to do the same thing every year, they shouldn't.
Just don't have to do it. If you're going to do it the same, people want the same, so do it the
Yeah,
same.
don't make Crisis 3.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Call of Duty, besides getting rid of the exosuits, I think they should just take a step back for a while. I think they should redo their engine, kind of redo a few concepts, kind of think out their stories more so than doing the overdone technologies taking over a story, which they've literally done several times before and they're doing it again.
Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, that's pretty much an ongoing theme in the series is technology fuck you up, boy, and then, comes out on the latest technology.
So what I feel like they could do is they could just get a whole new engine. Like, so basically, they should just start using a different engine, because that'll make the whole game feel different, because you're going to be moving differently.
I want some slightly bigger maps, too.
Yeah, bring bigger maps back, add vehicles. I know that's like what Battlefield had, but the original 2 Call of Duties, or maybe 3, actually had vehicles, so... But, which kind of brings me to the point, everyone always, like hails Call of Duty 4 as being the best Call of Duty, but I don't really think it is.
I honestly got into the series of Black Ops. I thought Modern Warfare 2 was pretty good and World at War were good, but Black Ops was actually my favorite.
Yeah, but everyone hails Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare. But really, they got rid of features that should have been in there, such as like vehicles and stuff like that. But that's actually when I think Call of Duty started going wrong. But Black Ops also kind of fixed that because it changed it up, which is what I liked. But it didn't change it up so much that it made it a different game. It just made it a better game.
You need some maps like, what was it, Rust? Was that the one where you could climb the crane and everything? That was a good map.
That's High Rise.
High Rise?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Yeah. Those were some good maps. And I don't want them to copy Battlefield style. I just want some bigger maps. They can also do smaller maps.
Exactly.
I don't want every map to feel exactly the same and every game to feel exactly the same.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's basically exactly what they should do. And also, Treyarch games keep doing zombies and expand zombies and make zombies.
Oh yeah, zombies is good. It's not over. Well, I mean, it's a little overdone, but there's a lot. It has potential. They change it a little bit every time.
They can fix it and make it better. Like, zombies isn't perfect yet, but it can be soon.
Isn't the new game supposed to be Nazi zombies?
I don't know. That's like what they're saying, but
I don't know.
It looks kind of Ouija-ish from the poster.
Yeah, my poster doesn't exactly have a Nazi. It's more of a
like New Orleans voodoo kind of style.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding some sort of tarot card or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, next game, what do we have? Let's go with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, this is the other prime example of just overdone franchises. The thing is, though, Assassin's Creed didn't always used to be this way.
Oh, yeah, it started out so well. With Assassin's Creed 1, they waited a few years. Assassin's Creed 2 is the perfect game. And after that, it slowly went more and more downhill. There are a few games that weren't I don't think any of them were horrible.
Yeah, none of them were terrible. I really like 3. I don't see why people hate it, but a lot of people hate 3, but I think it was decent.
3 was a good game. They're there aren't many that I don't strongly dislike. I miss the old Assassin's Creed games. Like, yeah, Unity had good things about it. I liked how they redid a lot of the armor system and how to...
They made it more RPG-like.
Yeah, I really liked that system. I think if they continue off of that, they'll get some good responses from it. I think their main problem right now is they're running out of ideas for story. They've gone in this weird direction out of the Animus. Like, Desmond's dead. And
honestly, they should just scratch the Animus, in my opinion. That story is irrelevant to me. I'd rather just be an assassin the whole time.
I mean, they've talked about doing that, but they need to get some more ideas. Like, they're doing a game in England, you said, Syndicate?
Yeah.
And then...
Which just got announced recently.
Is that coming out, like, this following year, or is that coming...
It's coming out in October.
October. What about Victory?
That's the code name. That was actually the code name for Syndicate. So,
okay,
yeah.
So it is this. Okay. Yeah. And honestly, I just think they're running out of... I can't speak. Running out of ideas for the story. I think the main thing they need to do is stick with this new RPG system for the armor and kind of work on the story. And also, they need to reboot their engine too, because they always have problems with the parkour. And honestly, I've never had too many issues with that, but the newest game had major frame rate issues.
I also fell through the ground multiple times when the game launched, and it just all the glitches just deterred me from playing it.
Yeah, I know they have patches and everything, but when I first got that game, I got it at midnight. I was super hyped to play it, and you remember, I was so pissed off.
The FPS was shit.
I know. The very first thing I saw was it was that weird thing where you're on the Animus TV or whatever it was. And I never played through the whole entire thing, so I never figured out what that was about. But just chasing this guy, I literally was moving at 3 FPS.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I would have had a better graphical experience playing an NES game.
The thing is, though, it would props to the Xbox One. I heard it was actually a little bit better on the Xbox One at launch, surprisingly, because the FPS is usually actually worse. But it's just because they better integrate the online features, which is what was causing the lag at the time.
I mean, the patch relatively fixed some things, but
by that time I was done. I was moved on. I was back to playing Destiny, which I was playing at the time. So.
Well, I mean, there was a patch that night.
Well, yeah, but even so, it didn't quite. Even that didn't fix it. It was still bad. I couldn't play multiplayer for 2 months after the game launched.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any other things they should do to reboot it?
I think they should just wait. What they should do is just stop Assassin's Creed for 2 or 3 years, pull a GTA, and just really nurture the franchise. Build it from the ground up. Make the best Assassin's Creed experience. What they're doing now is just they keep doing the same thing over and over again, slightly tweaking it. It's kind of like a Madden game, which we'll talk about later. But what they're doing is just adding tiny little changes that are kind of irrelevant and packing a story that is half-baked into it. But what they could do is just think about the story for a year, and then start developing it, and then make the game amazing. Just wait and make it better.
Honestly, I want to see a samurai game.
That would be cool, but apparently they're afraid of cliches of that. But even though they made the side-scrolling samurai game...
I mean, honestly, the cliches in that would be good cliches, rather than the cliche of an Assassin's Creed game. Their games itself have become a cliche. So why not go with a cliche that's more loved?
Yeah, I know. I think a samurai or feudal Japan would be the perfect era for Assassin's
I feel like they would have to completely redo the engine for that though, because I feel like just the physics they have matched with katanas and the style, I think they would really need to bump it up before they could pull that off and pull it off well.
Yeah, I agree. So I think we should move on to the next game.
All right.
This may be slightly controversial, but I'm gonna say Halo, just because
there are so many Halo games at this point.
Yeah, you can say what you want about how good Halo is, but honestly, Halo is a shell of its former glory. No matter what you say, 343 just didn't give it the same care. Sorry for that mic bump, as Bungie did, but it's just Halo. We've had too many Halos, and also they keep trying to make it more and more like Call of Duty, which is not how...
Yeah. That loadout thing they added with...
Halo 4.
That was in Halo 4.
Yeah.
I hated that. I love finding my weapons on the map.
Which they are bringing back in Halo 5.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Halo for me...
It's not as bad as the other two.
Yeah, I started at around Halo 3, and I did pick up Halo 2 later. I played it a little bit before I got it, but Halo 3 is the first M-rated game I was allowed to buy, because... I mean, there's honestly nothing too bad about Halo. There's like language and a lot of murder and death and mass genocide, but
ESRB is a different conversation. I hate
that. Yeah. So, honestly, 2 was an amazing game. 3 was perfect. I honestly really enjoyed Reach. Not so much for the story. I just really enjoyed playing the multiplayer.
But even then, like, it's starting to get to the point where the iterations are becoming too much. Like, we've had enough Halo even by the point of Reach, and then they made 4, which is just pushing it, and they're pushing it with Halo 5, and they're making a Halo 6. So.
And you know, the sad part about it is, Halo is one of the few games on this list that don't come out every year.
Yeah, this doesn't come out every year.
And they still manage to overdo it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if they, like, stopped Halo and then rebooted it, like, later than they did, but I think Halo 4 came out too soon. If Halo 4 came out this year, we'd maybe talking about it. We may be having a different conversation right now.
I think Halo, they were great games, and I know they have a cult fan base, so we might get some hate for this. But just understand where we're coming from. There are too many Halo games at this point. I honestly think what they should do is kind of step back and wait for the next console to come out.
Yeah.
I know that's not going to be for like 6-7 years. It's not going to be for a long time. But I honestly think that's what they need to do, and I think they would get so much publicity for that, because what's better than a game you love coming back from ashes and dust like Halo did already several times.
Yeah, and which is another thing we're going to be talking about later, Guitar Hero, what they're doing now.
Like,
unfortunately.
I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if they weren't doing a horrible job at it, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So Halo, I honestly think they just need to step back for a while.
Yeah, Halo.
Next console.
Honestly, they're probably the least victim on this list, besides maybe Battlefield. But
yeah. So next we have Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this for too long, but everyone knows there's been a million Ratchet and Clank games, just a ton of them.
I mean, there were some great Ratchet and Clank games back in the day on like PS2, PS3 era, like early PS3
Up Your Arsenal
era,
and like Quest for Booty or whatever.
Like, but towards like the mid to end PS3 era,
like Into the Nexus. Like, who played Into the Nexus? Like, that was announced and came out 6 months later, and I literally saw one thing about it.
Like, honestly, they were great, and they're not the same anymore. I don't know if it's just the fact of growing up or they've gone stale. I think they've just gone stale.
Yeah.
I honestly think this is just one of those things where the franchise might need to die. Like Sly 4 was a good game, but I'm still not completely convinced it should have happened.
Yeah.
And this is around the same era. I mean, you know I love Sly to death, but that game wasn't quite up to par, and I think that's what happened to Ratchet and Clank is it fell off the curve.
Yeah, well, hopefully Insomniac, the studio who made Ratchet and Clank, is working on, well, they are working on newer games like Sunset Overdrive, but yeah, just hopefully they can move on from Ratchet and Clank and just make something new. I don't think Ratchet and Clank can do anything but die, honestly.
I mean, yeah, and I think didn't they released a collection, right?
Yeah, on PS3.
I was trying to say, that's really, at this point, that's all they can do is just remaster their games.
Want to know the sad part about the collection thing is, they made the collection, and then another Ratchet game came out, like, 6 months later.
That's pretty awful.
Yeah. Next, we're going to talk about Guitar Hero. Well, the thing is, they beat this horse to death, and then they put it 6 feet in the ground, and they tried to get it back out.
I mean, honestly... The way it went was, Guitar Hero, yeah, fun game, lots of people, well, I mean, a small following liked it. Guitar Hero 2, damn, these games are really fucking good. Guitar Hero 3, holy fucking shit, Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero 4, I like Guitar Hero, but Rock Band's been pretty cool recently. Guitar Hero 5, that was a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what happened to these games.
Which... you can tell that the publisher, Activision, has something to do with this, seeing as they publish Call of Duty, and they also publish Guitar Hero. What do you know? What a coincidence. They just butcher their games.
And
they don't care about their IP.
There's Band Hero and Guitar Hero Rock the 80s.
DJ Hero.
Rock the 80s was good. I mean, Guitar Hero's always been one of those games.
Guitar Hero Metallica, Guitar Hero Aerosmith, Guitar Hero Green Day. We could go
There's
on.
a Guitar Hero Green Day?
That might have been Rock Band.
It might have been an add-on. But... Guitar Hero was always kind of one of those games where you like to play with your buddies. It was fun to play alone sometimes, and it was kind of fun between adults because, you know, drunk Guitar Hero, wink wink adults. But I don't know. DJ Hero, I mean, I thought it was okay. I like the old school hip hop music, so that was kind of
I mean,
fun.
the songs were good. It's just the execution, and it's just butchering a series. Like, they're using the hero from Guitar Hero, moving it to DJ Hero, and saying it's kind of the same thing, but it's actually completely different. So
I mean, the fact that Guitar Hero implemented instruments and came out around the same time Guitar Hero 5 and Band Hero,
yeah,
it was kind of pointless. Maybe
yeah.
it was even Guitar Hero 4. But so Guitar Hero is kind of dead. I think Rock Band 4 will be good.
Yeah, again, Rock Band they've just made better games overall. Like, Rock Band 1, kind of Rock Band 2, pretty good.
Yeah.
Rock Band 3, I think, is the pinnacle of Rock Band.
What?
I will be argued with about this, but I just think that's where they, like, hit the stride. It wasn't popular, but I think they just did everything.
I mean,
Rock Band 2 was good, though. They had, like, the touring mode, which they did get rid of in 3, but
I think 3 got rid of too much. The way I see it, 1 fucking great game, because basically what happened was you were a little bit younger, so I'm not sure if you got it the same way, but Guitar Hero 3 and Rock Band came out Rock Band came out a little bit after Guitar Hero 3, if I remember right. And they implemented all these new things. And everyone's like, I can play Guitar Hero, but on the drums.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like, yeah, and that was really cool. So the way I saw it was Rock Band 1, fuck yeah. Rock Band 2, that was where I saw it hit its stride. And Rock Band 3, I thought was a great game. There's so many good tracks on it. I thought they got rid of a little too much. That was one of the things they're doing with the new one, is they're taking it back to their old school roots with, like, the arcade style.
Yeah, and you do the tour mode and stuff.
Yeah, Rock Band 3 tried to make it too realistic with all these pro guitars and everything. I paid $100 for this, then it had real strings as a bunch of buttons.
That's like the ultimate pro guitar.
I mean, I was a young boy who thought I don't know. I didn't do my research, and I paid $100 for a piece of shit that I used twice. But yeah, I don't know. I think Rock Band
looks better,
yeah.
But I think they just did a little bit better with their series. Like, they didn't abuse it as much as Guitar Hero got abused.
They were more careful,
and they didn't come out as often.
And
the
they've
Beatles
learned,
Rock Band and stuff like that. Like, that was good. I like Beatles Rock Band.
They've learned from their mistakes too. Guitar Hero they're trying to, but they're not.
They're just messing it up. They're messing it up while they're trying to fix it, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and this next one really hurts my heart to say, but Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon. If you really think about it, there's just been a Pokemon game. It's like, oh, Pokemon X. Omega Ruby, Alpha, Sapphire. I kind of played these games when I was in, like, 5th grade or 4th grade.
The thing about Pokemon is they have taken breaks and gotten back into popularity and everything. The only reason I'm agreeing with this is because Oros, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire. Like, X and Y, they took a break for a long while between the Black and White games and this because Black and White didn't do so well. I think that's where they kind of,
regained their footing.
Yeah, they realized they messed up. But then Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out the next year, and I expected them to be great because the original games are so great. But
they beat the game in a day.
They didn't take their time.
Yeah.
I think that was their problem. I think if they stop releasing games every year, because you can tell that's what they're trying to get back into.
Honestly, a Pokemon game every 2 years would just be great. No remakes. Just give me a fresh new campaign. Make it difficult like the old ones. They're getting too easy.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon X and Y, I think it got to their head.
Yeah.
And they got a little too cocky. So, then we have Battlefield.
I mean, not quite, again, to the point of these other franchises, but they're definitely getting there. Like, Battlefield 4 and Hardline came out a year and a half apart, and the other Battlefields were, like, way more than a year apart. So you can tell they're trying to, like, get the money out. They're trying to get the money from Battlefield while it's hot.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy Hardline. It's, like, half the videos on my channel. And I thought it was a quality game, but I do think there are many improvements they can make to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's just some buggy things to fix. I think they should step back. A lot of these games they could redo their engine.
They just need to redo it and wait.
But my main thing with Hardline, like my only real issue with it is there's 8? I believe there's 8 maps, and that's like a stereotypical DICE thing. That's what they always do. But
it's 2 DLC packs. If you're gonna do that, release a game for $30 and just give us some like extra cool stuff. I mean, maybe $45. Yeah. Like, I don't think that's worth $60. I mean, personally.
Yeah, but I don't know. A lot of people have said that, but all these games normally have 8 maps that are coming out now, like Call of Duty and all that.
I mean, Call of Duty has like 12 or something like that.
They really. honestly, my problem was the people said, "Oh, like there's only 8 maps, but they vary so much." It's like, yeah, they do, but I tend to play the same 2 game modes.
and
So
and that's just your brain trying to rationalize a purchase you've made. That's like human biology right there. If you purchase something, you're more bound to defend it, even if like that's just basic human nature.
what are you talking about? Fuck you, man. Battlefield's the greatest.
Yeah.
Fuck what you said. Black Ops 3 #swag.
Yeah, that's brand devotion right there.
Yeah.
Another conversation for another time.
Yeah, but yeah, and there's also a lot of sports games out there like Madden and pretty much anything made by EA. I mean, the UFC games are a little less often.
Yeah, they just started they just rebooted the EFC, which is or UFC, not EFC. I was thinking EA UFC.
Yeah.
But yeah, they rebooted UFC, which is good.
Honestly,
a lot of people liked the new UFC game. A lot of people didn't, but a lot of people did. It was well received for the first installment.
I mean, honestly, I really enjoy the UFC games. Like, I've played a lot of them.
Like Undisputed and all that.
Yeah, Undisputed. Was that the second one they made? They've only made like 3.
Yeah, which is why they're probably better than the other sports games that you would think of.
Yeah, and honestly, I played through the career, and I played my dad at this. It was like one of the games I could actually beat him at the time. And they're just really fun games. There's a lot of customization they add to it, and I think these are some games that are well done. But Madden definitely, honestly, there's really not much they can do. How many times have they redone the physics engine? Like, what, every year?
A lot, but
like, every fucking year?
What I was saying earlier is what they could do with Madden is just keep supporting the roster for 2 years, keep updating all the players, update it for the draft, update it for fantasy football, do that stuff, and then give us a Madden game 2 years later with double the improvements, and it'll just seem better, like, overall. And also, when they release it after 2 years, more people are gonna buy it because they're like, "Oh my god, I haven't played Madden in 2 years. I'm playing
some
all
of
the
these
same shit."
some of these games really have horrible marketing departments.
Which is not what Call of Duty has. Call of Duty has the best market. Like,
You serious? I mean, yeah,
think about
because
it,
they
though, 'cause
release.
they make you want to buy the game every year. No, like, we always trash talk it. We're like, in January, "Oh, Call of Duty's so bad, dude. I'm never buying another Call of Duty again." And then come when they announce a new game, it's like, "Dude, this actually looks good. I'm gonna go buy it." Because you see the reveal trailer or whatever.
I mean, I pre-ordered it because I was bored and I like to make YouTube videos.
Well, see, there you go.
Honestly, I'll get enjoyment out of it. I mean, Battlefield, I wasn't completely sure I'd like it because I wasn't too into FPS games anymore, but I enjoyed it. It helped me start making videos.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I honestly think these marketing departments are really dumb there. Because, yeah, you can make a ton of money releasing your game every year, but you can also make a game that doesn't suck.
yeah, it's true. But the thing is, if they make money, that's honestly the main motivation for these guys, which obviously that's what any motivation for any business is. So I don't blame them for releasing the games every year. I just think from a gamer's perspective, it would be nice to have variety, you know?
Yeah. I mean, do they even have a marketing department? Can we be sure of this?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, basically, Assassin's Creed is just like, "Oh, here's an Assassin's Creed game. Let's just put commercials on football games and..."
It's like, hey Jim, when should we release the trailer? Oh no, I'm coding Batman's tape. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, I don't know. It just seems like they don't really think some of this stuff out when they're doing it.
Yeah.
So, Mario.
Yeah. Mario. So if you're really going to talk about Mario, they obviously have the good Mario games. Like, you can basically separate out the good Mario games and the bad ones. So
Mario Kart's obviously one of the good ones.
yeah, so Mario Kart is basically out of this list. So because they only release it like once per console, or because like they have one for the 3DS, one for the Wii, one for the Wii U, but that's like 3 games over 3 different consoles, which is fine with me.
I mean, honestly, it'd be completely pointless to make 2 games per console because if you think about it, they're really just the same game with new hardware.
Yeah.
But that's all they need to do because it's Mario Kart.
But if you talk about like the side-scrolling Marios, like it's like New Super Mario Bros, New Super Mario Bros 2, and the original Super Mario Bros they had on the NES. This has been a problem ever since then. Super Mario Bros 1, 2, and 3, which were obviously good, but
I mean, they changed those games drastically, though. I will defend those tooth and nail. None of the NES Mario games are even
I'm saying
similar.
this is where the problem started. The problem began when they added they literally just added the word "new" to the title. Like, oh, here's new.
Oh, yeah,
This
well,
is
nowadays.
It's New Super Luigi U, New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Mario Bros. DS, New Super Mario Bros.
gotcha.
3DS, New Super Mario Bros. 2. Like, what the hell? Are you going to stop? Because you should stop. Just
I
literally
gotcha.
cut it off. Galaxy? Okay. Sunshine? Okay, bring that back, by the way.
Sunshine should definitely come back. No, the old Mario games were good. They changed everything about them every time. The second Mario game wasn't even a Mario game, if
Yeah,
you
it was
didn't
like
know that.
Lost Levels when it came to the US. That's what it's called.
Yeah, but no, it started on the Wii, and that's when it became a problem.
Yeah.
And then I mean, do we have any other games that we really have a problem with besides that?
I mean, we probably do, but they're not coming to my mind right now.
Okay, so let's talk about some games that really did things right and played their cards well, and what kind of took them in that direction. First, we'll talk about my favorite series, which is The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton to say about this game since I don't.
I
like,
do.
I don't really play them, but like, it just seems like whenever they come out, they're different and they're good. That's basically what I can say. Really, there hasn't been a god awful Legend of Zelda game ever.
I mean, they're different yet the same, which is why they're awesome. Basically,
Which is what they should. Every publisher should do ever.
with Legend of Zelda, they release 1 or 2 games per console. Like with the Wii U, we don't really have one yet. I mean, we have Dynasty Warriors Zelda, which is
That doesn't count.
It's basically a Dynasty Warriors game. Let's be real. There's no multiverse. But like Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess on the Wii, Four Swords and the Wind Waker on the GameCube, etc. These games come out like every 5 years or so, and there's gonna be a new one coming out on the Wii U, which I'm really excited for. The gameplay, the little amount they have, looks awesome. Hopefully, we'll see more at E3. But Zelda, they have a formula, and they have a formula that works, but they tweaked the formula. Like with the 3DS game, they added a new mechanic of renting the weapons and everything like that, and they redo the story. They keep the same. It's not the same character because there's bloodlines, but they reamp the story and they keep the general same people.
Which is
and
what every series needs to do.
And they still make it interesting, and they also add all this fan like base behind it with the mythology and everything. They add depth to it.
Yeah.
That's what's so good about Zelda. They add depth to it. You really care about the characters.
Yeah, the series is just nurtured, which is what I can say about pretty much all the series on the good list, which is like something you can really like brag about these days, since there's not a lot of them. Like we just went on for like a long time about the other games.
25 minutes.
Yeah, about the other games. So obviously there is a problem in modern gaming that all these series that we're going to talk about seem to get around.
Yeah. So then we have Fallout.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been Fallout games that are like, just because in the early days,
It was like not even really Fallout. It was just like some weird. I can't.
they were wasteland survival games. They're really cool, and it's cool how much the series has evolved.
Kind of quirky in the beginning.
Yeah, but Fallout is cool because it comes out every it not often, obviously. Hopefully, we'll get another one at E3. But they've done something really special with it, and they're careful about keeping it special.
Yeah. What they really do right with Fallout is like I haven't really played it too much, but
You haven't played a lot of Fallout?
nah, I played like
I'm disappointed.
like halfway through each game on PC.
I am disappointed.
But yeah, what they do with it is they announce it and they release it. Like they don't tease you about it.
Yeah, they don't like. I was gonna make a very sexual euphemism. I decided not to. But no, Fallout is so good. They have the old school style while keeping it in a post-apocalyptic like future. Like that's something that's really cool. Like you hear all the old.
It's kind of unique.
Yeah, they have a style to it, and it's just something they've done really well. And it's a series that's really developed depth. Like I said, there's so much backstory to it, and it's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And like I said before, they announce it and they release it, meaning it comes out or it gets announced at E3 this year. It's gonna come out this fall. Like that's what they do with Skyrim, so that's what they're gonna do with this game, which makes it like you know it's coming, but you don't know it's coming yet. Like you know it's coming in your mind, but they haven't said anything.
You're really trying to get me to make a joke. I'm not gonna make a joke. Not gonna make it.
I wasn't actually trying to,
Not
but
gonna make a joke. Just talking about comment. We're not even. It's too lowbrow. It's too lowbrow. Let's move on to the Elder Scrolls.
again, basically the same thing as Fallout. It's just like,
Bethesda's just good with their games. There's a lot of depth.
well,
to
every
it. They're
Bethesda
always
developed
unique.
game, not published, because they obviously don't have complete control over the development cycles of those games. But
I mean, yeah, and who at ZeniMax made New Vegas, didn't they?
yeah, but I mean, subsidiary of Bethesda, but still, like they're different, and they did a really good job on New Vegas, from what I've heard. So
Trust me, I liked it better than 3. I mean, well, that's hard. I love them both in their own ways, but New Vegas was just at the heyday for me and kind of hit me at the right point in my life. I definitely love 3, and there's parts that I just enjoy about it, but I like the atmosphere of New Vegas. I like the old school Vegas style.
Yeah.
It's probably why I like Panic at the Disco.
I mean,
don't judge me.
They got the Vegas lights.
Yeah, that's their whole thing now. But we should talk about bands another day. So Metroid. There's never been a bad Metroid game. There have been issues with, like, Prime and, what was it, Other M. There were people complaining about the perspective changes and everything.
It wasn't bad. Like, they never really did anything bad about it.
It wasn't a bad game. There's just a few mechanical things that could have been better. But like I said, it's pretty much the only IPO that Nintendo hasn't milked to death. Because there hasn't been a Metroid game since Other M, which was on the Wii, and then there's a bunch of GameCube ones.
They didn't milk Legend of Zelda.
I mean, every 5 years isn't really milking it.
I know, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They didn't.
Oh. Yeah. I thought you were being sarcastic. I was about to get really hurt.
No. But Metroid, yeah, they're doing a really good job. And a lot of people are expecting an announcement for Metroid and for Wii U coming at E3, which we can hope to be different, which is... They do different well, which is a lot of series' downfall. They do different not well, but Metroid does it well.
It's a really dark series, and it's dark in a good way, but not to the point of being creepy.
Which Metroid and Legend of Zelda are the only 2 Nintendo franchises that really try to even touch that.
Oh, yeah. The whole, I mean, a lot of them are like super happy sunshine time with a giant fire-breathing
Super
dragon.
Mario Sunshine. Like, literally.
That game was good.
I'm just saying, it's...
No, that game was Shadow Mario inking over everything.
Well, I know, but that's dark, quote-unquote, for a Mario series, but, like, or a Mario game.
I mean,
but,
honestly, that was probably the darkest Mario game. I mean, unless you go back to, like, I mean, I guess Bowser's been a prick, but...
That's not dark. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Fucking pedophile.
I mean, he's a dragon. Can dragons... Well, or a dinosaur. What the fuck is he? We're not going to go into Bowser's anatomy right now. But, he's definitely a jaggle.
Yeah. I mean, another Nintendo franchise, Smash Bros.
Oh, Smash Bros. Is great.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really to say about Smash Bros. It just comes out, it's different enough, and doesn't change anything, but it just makes it look better, makes it feel better.
I mean, they did change a few things. I actually really liked Smash Run because it reminded me of City Trial from, Kirby Air Ride. I think they should tweak it a little bit and keep it in there. My problem with the Wii U was I hated the way you, even on the 3DS too, I hate the way you unlock characters in the new game. That's, okay, honestly, Smash Bros. Is on the good list, but I do want to put that out there. Bring back the old school. Like, we don't want to play 100 matches with the stock set to 1 to unlock fucking nests in 20 hours. Like, no. I want to play through the story. I want to have to do some weird shit. I want it old school where, like...
I just want a story in Smash Bros. That's my main thing with it.
I want it to be hard to figure out how to get the characters without the internet.
Well, I mean, I use the internet. I would use the internet if it was...
Yeah, but
no matter what.
I want to be like, go here on a Sunday, do the story on hard with Ness, and don't die. Like, I want something cool.
Like an old Pokemon-esque thing. Like, I remember on Diamond and Pearl, to get Rotom, you had to go into this old mansion, which had no purpose in the actual game. You had to go there at night on a certain day of the week. Like, literally, that's how you caught Rotom. Like, how are you supposed to figure that out? Like, it took so much... And it's even hard if you have the tutorial, because there's like a 50-50 chance he doesn't spawn, so...
Yeah, I mean, video games need to be hard again. That's another thing that's why I went on that classic gaming binge.
Different conversation, Jordan.
Yeah, well, I mean, trust me, Bloodborne brought me back to the hard side of modern gaming.
You need to play more Bloodborne.
I really do. I mean, I was, but then I did a live stream, I got frustrated, and, it got deleted. So, I took a step back from Bloodborne for a while.
Yeah.
But, yeah, then we have GTA. I mean, honestly, our opinions differ a little bit on this. I mean, GTA 5 is a lot different from GTA 4. I just don't like the whole open world sandbox shoot 'em up. Like, Saints Row 3 was the last one I was really into. I get how they're different. I get they're good. It's just not my style of game at this point in my life.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you can't deny GTA's success because, like, literally, it's the biggest selling, highest grossing game in history. Like, you were talking about Clash of Clans being the most grossing game on iTunes or whatever.
And it's a free game. That's what pisses me off.
But
you're paying like $20 for gems for a game that's quote-unquote free.
But remember how that game has been on the top of the App Store for years.
We should really talk about gaming monopolies in an episode.
And GTA made more money than that in probably the course of 3 months.
I mean, I get it's good, but a lot of games at first, I don't like because they're so highly appraised. It's like, hate me for this if you want to, but the Foo Fighters.
I mean, I don't care. I'm neutral. I'm neutral about that.
I love the Foo Fighters. Everlong is one of my favorite songs. But people make Dave Grohl sound like a god. I'm just like,
Nick.
Yeah, no names.
No one knows who he is.
He might listen.
It's a first name.
Okay, but yeah, like people idolize Dave Grohl, and it's like they're like, oh, he's a great songwriter. I'm like, some of his lyrics are okay. They're like, oh, but what about his voice? It's like he can't sing the songs in the right octave live. What about the guitar? He's playing a riff that I learned in a month when I first started, before I had calluses. What about his drumming? Well, he doesn't drum for the Foo Fighters, and he's not that great when he does. Like, there's nothing too great about him, and that's my thing. When someone overhypes a game, like GTA 5, I did not play it until I heard every single thing about it.
Well, that's probably their biggest issue with
that's
that.
Also,
you should have just got it right when it came out.
That's also why I like the second Hangover movie so much. Like, I love the first one, but I heard every joke in it 1,000 times before I saw the movie.
Yeah. Which that does kind of ruin stuff. Like, that's kind of like watching a TV show you've already heard all the spoilers for.
I'm call me a hipster because I like indie games. That's one of the reasons I like them. But my thing is, if I hear too much about a game, I'm not going to enjoy it as much unless I can actually get in on the conversation and be like, oh yeah, I heard they're doing this. I don't want to be like, dude, so I was doing this heist last night. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't own the game.
Yeah.
I had it. I sold it. I'm over it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of like the conversation. Like, you got to jump into it, and sometimes you can't really do it if you just can't relate, or I don't know, just random just stuff. I mean,
yeah. I mean, do you have any other games that haven't really been milked to death?
I mean, I'm sure there's tons. Like like I said earlier, every Naughty Dog game hasn't been milked, and they get 9s and 10s from across the board. And what do you know? They don't come out every year. Sometimes
smart.
Just because if you just take a while to develop them, it's gonna be good. Just take your time, and you can have so much time to focus on the minutia, and that's how you make a world you can really jump into.
You know a game I would cry in happiness for?
Last of Us 2?
No, I honestly don't think that would be that great. I think the character development is what made that game great.
No, but I think they can do more with Joel and Ellie.
Well, I don't know how it ended. Don't tell me.
Well, just...
Shh. I'll live stream it later if you guys watch.
I'll watch.
You watch?
Yeah.
That'll make me happy. Mafia 3.
Mafia? That's been rumored forever. I don't know what they're doing with that game.
there's only 2 of them. It hasn't been milked. The first game was okay. Mafia 2 is just one of my favorite games.
Don't really have anything to say about that. It just hasn't come out in forever.
Yeah. You know what they should do, dude?
Sonic Riders 4.
Lego Star Wars 7.
It's coming out. Bet you money.
Bet me money. Aren't there only 2 or 3 of them?
They have Lego Star Wars 2, Complete Saga.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah.
Brink 2. Okay, we're running out of ideas, so I mean, that's all the franchises we really had we thought out. I'm sure there's other ones out there. Let us know in the comments. Tell us your opinions. You don't have to agree with us. I'd love to talk it out and hear your opinion.
Fight me.
You can fight him. Go to his channel and fight. Don't fight on my channel. Share the love. But like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Lonely Nerds channel. The link will be down in the description. Check out One Up Weekly on SoundCloud. And if you're already on SoundCloud, you're amazing. But also watch on YouTube because views are nice too.
They are.
Don't forget to subscribe. Share if you want. I have that contest still going. If you want some free Marvel comics, go find that on my channel. And keep on stacking out those extra lives. Peace.